be a new wood, you'd certainly want to protect as much of that as you can.
What you got over there, Ron? Got some salt?
Boy, this is some groceries, I'm telling you about.
That's good.
Thank you, sir. We tried.
Make my life worthwhile.
Deep fry this little bird today.
George, you got a nice big one. Where'd you catch that?
It's time for Down Home in the Tri-States with your host, Ron Jones. If it's farming, gardening, information, or just plain interesting, you can catch it all right here on Down Home in the Tri-States.
Glad you could join us today on Down Home in the Tri-States. I'm Ron Jones, and we certainly do appreciate you watching this program, folks, and doing business with our sponsors. That's what keeps this show on the air. They're the people that pay for this show, okay? So if you enjoy it, you want to see it every week, be sure to do business with our sponsors and patronize them and tell them where you saw their ad on Down Home in the Tri-States with Ron Jones. That helps everybody, okay? Just remember that. Please do business with them. I want to tell you, we got the frozen food sale coming up at Main Street Market in Chipley. It's going on Highway 90 and 77, and it's going to be the pickup day on this is going to be Saturday, July the 19th from 1:30 till 5. Okay, we've had some problems this year, you know, with the things getting going like they should, the peas and all that kind of things, but they got them right here. And the peaches they got, you can go online if you got a computer. Excuse me, you go online to southwesternproduce.com. That's southwesternproduce.com, and you can see the whole list on there. You can order right online there. You don't have to pay. You pay when you come pick them up.
Oh yeah,
If something there you don't like, when you see it, you know, you don't have to get it. Paul says if you don't like it, you don't have to pay for it, okay? But go ahead and make your order and get in on this. Remember that you can order online. I believe it's starting, let's see, well, you can start right now. You can start placing your order right now, but the pickup date is going to be July the 19th. The information's on the screen. And folks, this is a good deal on all of this stuff here. And it's good fresh stuff that's been frozen, and it's ready to put in your fridge. You can break it down in smaller bags. It's a good deal. Paul said they had the second largest day since they've been doing this last time, and expect it to be bigger this time because it is such a good deal. So y'all get by there. There's Main Street Market on the corner of Highway 7790 in Chipley, Florida. All the information's on the screen there. Give them a call if you got any questions. They'll be glad to help you. And I'm going to place my order, so we might see you there. I'll come up there and pick it up, and I'm probably going to do some filming, so maybe we'll see you there. I want to welcome King's Discount Drugs and Outdoors in Chipley, Florida. They're going to be advertising with us again, and they're starting today, and we certainly do appreciate that. And they just, I tell you what, you can get in this area of the Panhandle and all. You won't find a better selection of stuff than you're going to get at King's Outdoors there, as far as hunting and fishing and just everything. They got jewelry and everything in there. The prescriptions, I buy all my prescriptions there. Bunch of nice folks. They've been in business a long time, and it's worth the drive to see what they got. If you're coming down from Alabama, you're going to the beach, you're going fishing or hunting, or whatever you're going to do, make that a stop, okay? Make King's Discount Drugs. It's right there on Highway 77. That's Main Street in Chipley. It's right in front of the hospital, okay? So y'all stop in there. Tell them you saw the program up there in Alabama and Georgia, and that you wanted to come see what all they got, because they got some good stuff. And you're going to the beach anyway, okay? Go ahead and get it. You have it all taken care of. You ain't got to worry about anything when you get there, okay? Let's see. Oh, yeah, Water Dan wanted me to remind y'all that with the hurricane season here and everything, you never know what's going to happen with your well, okay? So if you want to get it inspected, get it checked out, make sure that there's anything that can be done before the hurricane in case we have some bad weather, water, or anything. Dan, he'd be glad to come take a look at it for you. Just give him a call. It probably won't cost you a little nothing, okay? But it's worth a lot, okay? It's Water Dan, 535-9308, 535-9308. I want to remind you about the 2 Wheels for Meals Marble Run that to help benefit the Chipley Council on Aging. That's going to be on July the 19th. Registration begins at 9 o'clock, and The first kickstand goes up at 9:30. So y'all want to call Dave at 850-326-1346. 1346. Oh, let's see. Okay, I believe that's about it. We got. Oh, want to remind about the drawing. Now, get your names in. They coming in, folks. Get your name. We got a lot of good stuff. We're going to be giving away the pier chairs. I told you, that's $129 value, and it's great for if you got back problems and things like that. But you love to fish on bridges and piers and things like that. You can't beat it. So get your name in. Okay, you can't win it if you don't. Plus, we're going to have some rods and reels and things like that. So you can't win anything if you don't get your name in. Okay. Bontrager Whitetails. We're going to have part 2 of that on today. Got a lot of comments on that last week, and people really like that, and we're going to have the rest of that today. So we hope that you enjoy that, and if you got any suggestions or anything, y'all want to see anything or want us to come do anything, just give us a call or write us. You know, that's all it takes. You know, we'll make arrangements to come do what you got. You got an interesting story or something to show, just let us know. Y'all watch this, and we'll be back in just a minute. Bontrager Whitetails, Marianna, Florida.
Main Street Market in Chipley is this area's headquarters for top quality livestock and pet feed. Paul Davidson and Main Street Market carries only the best and most freshest feed you'll find anywhere in the Tri-States area. Cattle feed, dog feed, horse feed, rabbit feed, goat feed, chicken feed. From top quality Seminole, the preferred feed for show animals, to FRM, Tucker, and more. To roll hay and baled hay, Main Street Market on the corner of Highway 90 and 77 in Chipley, Florida has it all. Main Street Market is also your fresh and frozen vegetable and fruit outlet, plus deer cord and pine straw. Main Street Market. Tell them old Ron sent you.
Uh-oh, my well pump quit working. What? You mean I gotta wait a week for parts? I can't go a week without water? Folks, how many times have you heard that? Don't put yourself through misery when your well pump stops working. Call the man, Water Dan. Dan can get you up and going the day you call him. Unlike most well pump repairmen, Water Dan stocks and carries on his pump truck the parts you need to repair your pump. It may just be a simple adjustment. It doesn't matter whether it's a home, school, farm irrigation pump, business, livestock, pool. Water Dan can give you an honest opinion and do you an honest job. I use Water Dan anytime I have a problem because I know I can trust Water Dan, and I will have water today. Put this number on your fridge and call the man, Water Dan. 850-535-9308. 535-9308. Call the man, Water Dan. Water Dan is the customer's man.
If you need metal roofing cut to fit but don't have time to wait 4 or 5 days or a week, you need to come to Surplus and Salvage of Chipley. It's as simple as bringing your truck or trailer to Surplus and Salvage of Chipley. Just tell them how much and how long, and they'll make it happen. Metal roofing is made on the spot, on the site. They can even make ridge cap, drip edge, flashing. Whatever you need, they'll make it. Get the lowest prices. Galvalume $1.30 a foot. Hidden colors available at a low $1.89 a foot. Folks, you won't find this low price anywhere in the Panhandle on metal roofing. Are you worried about your motorhomes and tractors and equipment and campers sitting out in the rain, hot sun, and freezing cold just running? Need some cover? Surplus and Salvage has pole barn kits for anybody's budget. Surplus and Salvage of Chipley has the lowest prices on pole barn kits in the Panhandle. In-stock kits from 24 by 24 to 32 by 60. Or just tell them what size you want and they'll make it happen. Most popular 24 by 36 is a low $19.99. And that covers a lot of equipment, folks. You need it? They got it at Surplus and Salvage of Chipley, Highway 90 west of Highway 77, 850-638-7353. Surplus and Salvage of Chipley.
Look right back there at that buck. He's only 3 years old, and his antlers are not anywhere close to grown out. He'll get way bigger than that before the year's over. He scored 160 inches as a 2-year-old. He'll probably go 180 or 190 this year.
How much is that related to genetics versus and combined with the feeding program?
That's mostly genetics. Genetics is by far the biggest influence here. In the wild, your biggest influence is age.
Right.
You know, if a buck can grow to 4 or 5 years old, he'll get big. But if you shoot him at 1 or 2, he's very limited.
So how many more operations similar to this that you know of that are in the state of Florida and Northwest Florida, or just in general?
There are probably somewhere around 150 licensed deer farms in the state of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those are just private property owners that have just fenced in their own property just so the deer could mature.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other breeding operations very similar to this where they're using high-tech procedures with laparoscopic breeding and artificial insemination to really accelerate the genetics.
And this is, when we was talking about with the little ones running here a while ago, it's like calves running. This is essentially basically the same type of operation if someone had a genetic beef herd going on, isn't it?
It's all the same principles.
And
the breeding process is very similar. You synchronize the does so that they all come into heat at the same time. You breed them all at the same time. And the technique's just a little bit different.
right. This is a building that's under construction that Doctor has. It's some gorgeous wood. Tell us a little bit about what's going on here, Doc, and Will.
These boards that you see straight up in front of you are out of a big poplar tree that blew down about out back in the creek bottom. And I couldn't stand to see it lay there and rot, so we cut it up in logs and drug it out with a dozer and had it cut up into lumber, and I stacked it and kept it for about 5 years. And I knew I always wanted to have a lodge where we could put people up and have guests to stay. And we were able to use this wood on the front entrance. That's all virgin poplar timber right straight off the farm.
Right from right here in Jackson County, from just, what, a couple hundred yards from here?
Couple hundred yards out back is where that tree came from.
If you don't mind, Doc, can we go inside and take a look at what's going on in there and
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about what it is?
Let's take a look at some real pretty wood. There's a lot of native wood in here.
Let's go. That's always one of my favorite things.
You have to forgive the mess. It's still under construction, but it's getting close.
Folks, if you could smell on your television the cedar that's in here, there's no question there's cedar in here, and you can see it, but just the smell is no air freshener ever being needed.
Any doubt?
Any doubt.
The end wall is cedar that you're looking at from there. This wall on this end is poplar. And then the bar, the bottom of the bar is hickory. And that hickory grew right on this lot where I cleared for this building. And then the countertop for the bar is wild cherry.
Wow. Amazing.
So really and truly the wood is at home, even though it's been made into a usable product, and it's still at home. It's homegrown.
And the lighter colored wall behind us is juniper, which juniper is very similar to cypress, obviously, but it's still a little bit different. What we're looking at in here is a hunting lodge, and we do hunts for trophy whitetail deer. Some people come from out of town and obviously need a place to stay, so we're making this where we can accommodate that. We do go by a hunting season regulation, which for licensed preserves starts September 1st and goes to March 20th. And we do have a few openings left for some of the hunts this year. We have quite a few of them booked already. And the way to get up with me is either call me at 850-526-8280, or you can go to our website, which is bontragerwhitetails.com, or you can email me at danielbontragerdc@gmail.com.
Well, let's go inside and look at some of the rooms here, Doc, and notice some of the doorways, they're wide doors for us. And that's good for my purpose, but there's other purposes there too.
These doors are all 36 inches wide, built to accommodate a wheelchair, or even some people not in a wheelchair, but walkers. We certainly want to cater to people that are mobility impaired, and we hope at some point in the near future to be doing some work with the Wounded Warriors Project, so we may have some people that aren't getting around too well. So we wanted to make big enough doors everybody could get through without any problem.
There again, folks, you don't need the knowledge of having been told there's cypress in here, or excuse me, cedar in here, you can smell it. Tell us a little bit about this one, Doc.
Well, this is cedar room, and obviously it's blue, and I just like the combination of the blue and the cedar. And obviously a hunting lodge is kind of geared toward a masculine approach. We wanted to build a shower big enough that people could get in that had no, might have problems getting around, and got a seat in the corner for the mobility impaired. You're going to have grab bars on the wall before it's over with. That is deadhead cypress.
Oh, okay.
And deadhead cypress has different tones and shades to it, so we just mixed them all together. We liked them all.
Turned out gorgeous.
We'll have beds and bunks in here, so we can easily accommodate 6 to 8 people. And if the need is for more than that, we've got overflow sleeping in the loft.
So where's your entrance to the loft going to be? Just a step, a ladder, or?
We're going to have spiral stairs at the other end.
Oh, okay.
This will be a full-service hunting lodge. When we get this all complete, we'll be able to book hunters to come in. We'll put them up, let them sleep here. We'll feed them. We'll have guided hunts where the guide sits in the stand with them, make sure that they get the best trophy that's available, and we'll have complete care of the animal from skinning, caping, taxidermy services, the whole 9 yards.
Stay tuned, we have more to come on Down Home in the Tri-States.
There's a breeze blowing softly upon this mountain top, and I'm lying back remembering things I almost forgot.
Why do more fishermen launch rhino boats?
I've been a fisherman most of my life, and there's one thing that I know: you ain't got very much of a boat if you don't have a rhino. No wood to rot, it'll never rust. It's a boat you can always trust. Now you know what I know. Make your boat a rhino.
More fishermen catch more fish in the comfort of a rhino boat.
What's more important in a side-by-side RTV? Is it speed and agility, or is it versatility and dependability? When getting out of the woods is more important than getting into the woods, there is only one name to remember: Kubota. With true commercial-grade construction in the chassis and drivetrain, Kubota gives you the dependability, power, and torque you need to get the job done. Kubota builds work tools, not play toys.
Here in these small pens, we've got doe fawns that are out of the best genetics on the farm that we want to raise so they'll be nice and calm, because we'll use them for years for breeding purposes. We're going to bottle feed them with a milk replacer, and they're each individualized depending on what their situation is and how old they are.
Okay.
Come here, baby girl.
Now, how long will they feed on the bottle, and what would be their...
10 to 12 weeks until they wean.
Then they go to regular feed, or is it something special otherwise?
They'll be starting to eat regular feed soon. Come back, baby. Come back, little girl.
That knows what time it is.
Come here. There. There. Big girl. Yeah. Big girl.
And that's just not normal milk replacer you go buy at the feed store, is it?
No, this is specifically made for a deer. They took real doe's milk and analyzed it and tried to duplicate it as close as possible. And you notice when she's out there with Mama, Mama's licking on her. And when she's really young, you have to stimulate them to make them use the bathroom. Once they get about 3 or 4 weeks old, you don't have to do that anymore.
So that's what you're doing with the whip?
Yeah.
Whip.
And this one's doing real well. She had a little trouble with some scours, but I've treated her for all that. She's doing much better. And she made short work of that bottle.
You need another bottle?
No, that's all she gets.
Oh, that's it, huh?
That's all you get, baby girl. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. You just want to come to see Mama. Is that what you want to do, huh? Yeah, good girl. Good girl. And it's a constant thing. It's not just when you're feeding them on the bottle, but you know, later on you have to come out here with them and feed them treats. They love carrots. They love grapes. They love just about anything that people like to eat for snacks. Oh yes, we're doing much better. Much, much better. Last week she wasn't a real happy camper.
She said, no, you need to give her a little more.
Yeah, if you give her too much, then she gets the scours. When she can handle more okay, then we'll give her more. But right now...
How many ounces are in there?
That was 5.5 ounces, 3 times a day. And she will increase to 7 or 8 ounces just as soon as her stool gets completely normal. Come. And if there's anybody watching in Jackson County, the one on my left hand is named Ruby. And she's named after a lady here named Ruby Pitts. You know Ruby Pitts?
Oh, yes.
This one's named after Ruby Pitts.
Does she know that?
Yes, she knows that.
She does now.
If you notice, these two are just a little bit bigger. They were born a little earlier. The one here on my left hand, Ruby, she was born 3 weeks ago. Wednesday was 3 weeks ago. She was getting right on with the program. This used to be primarily my wife's job. And unfortunately, my wife passed away a year ago. And if you notice on her car up there, the tag said, Dear Mom, but it was spelled with two E's. She called herself the Dear Mom. All right.
Get a good shot of that.
Come here, girls. Now, see, that's what we're looking for right there. Yeah, come here, baby girl. Oh, my goodness. You're just such a love-starved little thing, aren't you? You see how down low on the wire we have dog wire?
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's to keep these little boogers from going through it.
That's what you said. They can just about get through these holes.
We're going to have to put some up there since that was crawling up there in the trough. We just moved these here yesterday in this little pen. And you can see the roll of wire there will extend it on down as they get.
Oh yeah.
They need a little more running room and playing room, and they act like they're starved. Little girl, you didn't do quite so good on your rear end here. You're still a little bit loose. You get a little bit better, you get more milk. You get more milk. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. You poor baby. Yeah, you poor little baby. What's the matter, huh? Oh my goodness. You think I'm your mama, don't you? Yeah, you think I'm your mama. And actually, I am your mama.
For all practical purposes, you are.
This one right here is got a pedigree that's 5 generations deep and stacked with monsters all the way. There ain't no telling what she'll produce. And in the breeding world, everybody learns that the mama is just as important or more important than the daddy. And so when you see a great big buck, what you really want is his daughter.
It's the same way with cows and hogs.
That's right, it's the same thing.
You do it for the maternal traits as much as you do the paternal traits.
From turkey hunting to deer hunting and everything in between, your best shot is king.
King's Outdoors can take care of your hunting, fishing, and shooting needs year-round. We have an extensive selection of ammunition, including Remington, Federal, Winchester, and Hornady.
Ladies, if you need a firearm and have no idea where to start, Perry and his friendly, helpful staff will make you feel right at home.
Here at King's Outdoors, we have all major brands of handguns, shotguns, rifles, scopes, and accessories, including Browning, Beretta, Savage, Remington, and Marlin.
From deer rifles, shotguns, and handguns to fishing supplies for all fishermen and lady anglers, King's Outdoors stocks the best. Need prescriptions?
At King's, we've been meeting your prescription needs since 1977.
If you're headed to the beach, put King's on your stop and stock up before you get there. They're located right on Main Street. That's Highway 77 in Chipley, Florida, in front of the hospital. Just look for the big red canopy.
Here at King's, we'll work hard to earn your business and keep your business. Y'all come see us.
King's Discount Drugs and King's Outdoor.
Appreciate you taking the time to spend with us and show us
pleasure.
what you have.
My
I've
pleasure.
enjoyed it. I knew you had them, I just didn't know what you had here available. But tell the people your phone number again, how to get in touch with you, and the dates about your lodge. We've seen the lodge, it's nearing completion, and how they can get in touch with you for hunts.
The best way to reach me is by phone, 850-526-8280. And you can also contact me by email, danielbontragerdc@gmail.com. And we do have a few hunts available for this coming year. We don't have many left. We will book those on a first come, first served basis. And our season actually opens September the 1st as a licensed hunting preserve and goes all the way to March 20th. But most people like to wait until it gets a little cooler, when it's a little bit more normal. And that actually makes a better hunt, but we will accommodate anybody. We have large blinds with stairways. We don't have ladders. We have room in the blind for 2 or 3 people to come along if they'd like. We do have some kids that come, and grandpa comes along with them, and man and a husband and wife can come together and sit there and do the hunt together. It's all about pleasure and comfort and safety. Everything's all constructed and safety-wise, and as you saw earlier in the lodge, we've got that with 3-foot doors, making it where people can get around in there, whether they're able to move easily or not.
Well, folks, we've had a great time here with Dr. Bontrager, and like I say, give him a call for one of his hunts, and they probably could come hunting without having to stay in the lodge if they're especially being local. And you know, we'll have more from Doc later on in the year, and when some of these bucks get some nice racks on them, and be able to show y'all.
Another thing that I didn't really mention in that is we do also sell breeding stock from here. If there are other deer farmers that are getting started and they want some good quality genetics in these does, we do sell some does. We'll also sell some breeding bucks, but those are a little bit limited.
Right, and we were discussing a while ago that you know, when you see a line of good bucks, you need to pay more attention to the mother side of it, the maternal side of it, and just like with regular livestock, and that's important, as important, if not more so than the paternal side of the.
It absolutely is just as important. They tell us that the doe genetics are up to 50 to 60% responsible for the offspring.
Absolutely. But without the mother, there wouldn't be no need for a father.
That's right. Good deal.